it's Nigby. I've finally managed to get hold of, well, not quite in all fairness, it's an EVVA DPS. I've got an EVVA DPI, that's the key for it. I don't actually, I've tried to research it. I cannot find out the difference between the DPS and the DPI. I think it's something to do with the sidebar system as to how many duplicates that the sidebar system has, or something like that. The problem that I have with my DPI is that it came from a very good friend, and it's got a plastic piece in the sidebar trap bar system, and that operates off the cuts on the side of the key, and I don't want to brick this lock because these plastic pieces do break. So I finally got hold of well, I've got about 3 or 4 of these now, but only one key. So on the basis that if I brick this, I don't mind because I've got some replacements. I thought I'd try to finally do the full 360 operating the trap pin, and then do a gut and show the full system of it working. So enough waffle. Show the lock working. There we go, very smooth on this one. The keyways are very different on the two locks. This one I've found that I have to pick from a really odd angle. Let's put some zoom on there. And some focus. I have to pick from this piece of warding here and come up to the pins on an angle, because trying to come in underneath, even with I mean, this is a 0.5 pick, you can see that that's been bent, pushed aside by the warden as it stands. So anyway, let's see how we get on. That's 3 and 2, and providing they set, one should drop us into a full set. There we go, just getting up onto pin 1. So that's dropped us into a bit of a full set now. Just turn that so you can see the angle that that's on, and lighten up on that tension. So all I'm looking for now is counter rotation, and there's only 4 and 5 left to pick. So going back to 4, and that was 4. And that was 5. So what happens now, everything starts to rotate, and should get to about here. And what happens is that I think it's pin 3 of the top pins drop into a groove in where the into a movable part of the sidebar, which is here. That's why there's a fair bit of movement on that, because it's the full thickness of the sidebar. So all you have to do, he says confidently, is actually I've just caught a glimpse of that. You may be able to see it. Can you just see one of the sidebar pins just glint in there? I don't think it's that one that you're actually aiming for, but I just need a very small, thin, precise pick, which this Smoky works well for, and very gentle tension, and we're just going down. Looking for that pin. So there we go, that's the full 360. Excellent, the picking went well. Let's see how we get on with gutting this then. Okay, so May well speed this up, so there's no point in showing you the full increase of this. So if I can work out my software again as normal. And I've treated myself to a new shim. I bought a pack of new shims, but I've just seemed reluctant to actually open it. Okay, so pins are coming out on top, and the sidebar is just around here. So keeping my finger on the sidebar, keeping the pins upright. There we go. And just looking at this sidebar now, because I haven't gutted this previous to this. Yeah, that's the sidebar movable element. I'll show you that again, and this is where the driver pin drops into. Should be able to lift that out. We'll get the key pins out first of all. Okay, and just with a pick we should be able to push out that sidebar. Yeah, and as I suspected, this one is metal. So these are the grooves that interact with the key, and that's what you're aiming for with your pick. Come on, focus. That little pin there. Is what you're aiming for. Just in case people haven't seen the other video, I'll show you the sidebar interacting with the key. So those little legs on the sidebar. Oh, come on. Just sit in there. Okay, sidebar and key. And let's have a look at what we've got up top, which we suspect is going to be some standards and spools. So yeah, great big long driver pin in 1, another standard in 2, spool in 3. I can't say I actually felt that. Spool in 4, and another spool in 5, and the springs are all the same, so we'll leave those in. So let's just neaten that up. So there you go, all standard key pins, great big long ones in places, and then 2 standards, 3 spools up top, and then the sidebar system. Let's actually just show you the groove that the sidebar sits in. Having real focus issues today, but you can see that the groove is that the sidebar operates in is just there, so slightly off from 90 degrees. Anyway, that's EVVA DPS. Just like to say thank you to Craig that I got this in a big box of locks. It's one of the locks that we actually spoke about while I was there. So I just thought I'd say thank you to him by doing a pick and gut of it as well. So Craig, thank you very much.